and it is student loans. So there are a lot of people that are frustrated at student loan repayments, and I think that we need to go ahead and bring them to the front of the congregation. Oh, that was sweet. I didn't even mean to do that. Oh, that's sweet as hell. Dope. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get into it. So these are people that are complaining and having conversations because student loans and the student loan crisis have now become a big issue with people. Check it out.
And the bottom of my casket will have a file cabinet for all these student loans to rest in heavenly peace. That's how much I owe in student loans. How much money I owe in student loans.
You know, the one thing in my rule of thumb a lot of times in this is I don't understand people that take out student loans to this extent. Like when it started getting into the 80 to 90, even the 70s and the six figures, as a person that has done pretty successful myself, I would be absolutely aggravated and appalled if somebody gave me a piece of paper and said, hey, Anton, you're approaching $120,000, $130,000, and we want you to take out more of a student loan so you can take Econ 101, or you can take this, or you can take this class. I would be like, no, dog. I knew I was going to be successful. I knew I was going to make a lot of money, and I was absolutely terrified of taking out any money with regard to a student loan. That's the honest to God truth. 100%. When I reconnected with Rita, she had like $11,000 in student loans, and she was actually going to Wayne State University, and she was still in school. And I said, This is the honest to God truth. I said, we done here. We done here. For all of y'all women that plan on being stay-at-home mothers, what you doing taking out $100,000 in student loans? What you doing taking out $50,000 in student loans? For every woman that intends to stay home with their children once they get married and once they have children, why are you taking out all of these student loans that you're not going to pay back, or that you're going to be on an income-based repayment plan and it's going to accrue interest over and over again, and you'll never actually get the balance down? It's actually going to get higher. When I ran into Rita, she had $11,000 in student loans. When we reconnected after high school, I said, nope, you're done here. This is over. This is over. This is done. I said, if you rolling with me, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. You can go to school, but if you're going to have to figure out how to pay for it. But we not doing no more. We're not taking out no student loans for you to finish school. She was like, okay. She was done with school. That's the honest to God truth. She was done with school. We paid off that little $11,000. Never hear from them again. Ain't never got to worry about it. Department of Education ain't never heard from Rita ever again. I said, don't call him. Don't go on no campus. Don't call him. Don't take out no loan. Don't ever talk to him again. We done. You're done taking out student loans. You got $11,000. That's it for you. No more. I was aggravated at the $11,000. I was appalled. I was disgusted. I was making a lot of money too. I was disgusted. Disgusted. Ain't taking out no goddamn student loans. What's wrong with you? It's a fact. That's a whole fact. Paid that junk off, said don't ever call. Don't call him again.
Now let me provide you with some additional information, since I know that this video is going to go viral because people are cruel and a lot of people are going to be ready to attack me in the comments and judge me and do whatever they got to do to feel good about themselves. I am a proud 25-year-old with over $100,000 in student loan debt. I went to school. I got a free associate degree through the early college program. I then furthered my education and got 2 additional degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship with a minor in management, and I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. But one thing America doesn't know about me is that I have 1 additional degree that's not on file and it's not in the records anywhere, and that's a law degree. At any given point, I'm prepared to take the stand and explain why I cannot afford to pay a dime on them student loans. Baby, you ain't never seen a sharp, undegreed attorney like me.
What's up,
ever
Kelly?
in your life. It's my time.
It's amazing to me that we were just a couple weeks ago having conversations about why men are not attending college. Looks like they may have been a little bit smarter because y'all just standing up a system that is not necessarily going to benefit you. You are the most enrolled and the most in debt. I'm telling y'all right now, when you're vetting for somebody to be in a relationship, you know how they vet you to see whether or not you're a high value man and whether or not you make money and you got six figures and all of this stuff? Ask her what her student loan balance is. Ask her what her student loan balance is before you get involved with her.
I'm going to keep posting about this all day because this is bullshit. I went and logged into my federal loan account and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000 fucking dollars. In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years.
Imagine taking out student loans to become a social worker. And then these people be trying to justify it. You guys need art people and social workers. You need teachers. You need all of these people. Imagine owing $90,000 and being a social worker. Oh my God.
For years, and that shit has almost doubled. You want to know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, this is somehow our fault, while cheering on banks and auto industries and Elon fucking Musk getting subsidies of millions of dollars a day. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is rigged against us can get fucked.
They're so liberal. They're so angry. And after they get done getting their blood pressure up, see, I've learned. As a man that is 43 years old, I have learned there is no reason for me to get my blood pressure up. There is no reason for me to get my blood pressure up. We good, baby. No. You good. You good. You good. Don't worry about it. We good, baby. So you were smart enough to actually finish school, but you wasn't good enough to actually do the math to realize that if you go on and, okay, all right. For all of my people that have children, because whoever you are, wherever you are, we cooked, all right? Whatever we are, most of us, when it comes to our finances on student loans, you are what you are. Unless you have an epiphany and you decide that you want to hustle, you want to get a second job, you want to do DoorDash, you want to do all of this stuff. All right. So if you decide that you don't want to do this and you want to still let the interest accrue, you didn't take the opportunity to pay it down when it put the student loan pause on the interest. They was only going to apply everything that you paid to the principal. Okay, cool. You never did none of that. You never took heed. You never was on top of it. Now they reinstating it. Now your credit is messed up. Now Trump is going to be garnishing you. Now you angry because you got to downsize and move back in with your mother. Cool. I got you. So this advice is for you. If you go on an income-based repayment plan, chances are you are just going to be throwing money in the trash, which means you need to make up a better plan for your children. This is for your children. For everybody that got children that's listening to this, listen to me here. You need to make sure that you are not doing an income-based repayment plan. Why, Anton? Because you are basically burning money. You are just giving them free money. That's it. You're giving them free money. If you are on an income-based repayment plan, that means that none of your money is really even going towards the principal. None of your money is going towards the principal. All of it is going towards the interest. You're just deferring how much you are going to pay back. And that means that the loan balance is going to grow more and more and more and more and more. If anybody tells you that you're going to be on an income-based repayment plan or that you're going to be paying an interest-only payment, and it's easy to finesse people into doing it. Why? Because your payment is going to be lower. That means where you should have been paying $1,200, you're probably only going to pay $253. And you're going to say, oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. My balance is current. But you're still going further and further and further and further into debt. I'm telling you, it's bad, fam.
How much do you owe in student loans and how much have you paid? Because I just went and looked at how much I owe versus how much I paid. I graduated a decade ago and I owed $50,000, right? And I said, you know what? I'm just going to be consistent. I'm going to pay my bill. And, eventually that amount will go down. And I've paid $200 something a month since then, right? 200 something a month. It has been 10 years later. I started at 50,000. It's at 47,000, right? I've paid $25,000+.
Which means she's been paying all interest, nothing towards the principal. When y'all log into your mortgage and it says, hey, do you want to contribute anything in addition to the principal? And you say no, that means it's going to take you longer to pay off and it's going to cost you more money.
Since I graduated college, and it's only down 3. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. $200 is already a nice sized bill. What do you want me to do?
$200 on a $50,000 loan. $200 on a $50,000 loan. And you think that that's going to make a dent in your student loans?
Why does it have to be so aggressive? I'm not understanding. I'm trying to pay the money back. I'm giving you what I got. You know what I'm saying? Am I supposed to be paying it for the rest of my life? Yep. Do I have to pay $1,000 a month to see progress?
Yep, pretty much. At $1,000 a month, you'll be done in about 5 years. Yep, and $1,000 a month, you'll be done in about 5 years. That sounds about right. Think about it. $50,000, 5 years, 60 months, 60 payments. That means you'll be paying about $10,000 in interest if you're doing things the right way, maybe a little bit more. So that's probably about $1,100, $1,200 a month. You can be done with it in about 5 years. That's how it works. That's how interest works. Anyways, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I will keep you guys up to date on what's going on in these streets. Here's my general rule of thumb. All right. This is what my general rule of thumb is. If you wouldn't take out $100,000 on a car, then you shouldn't take out $100,000 on school, unless you are becoming a surgeon or you can becoming somebody that's making a significant amount of money. If you're not taking out $100,000 on a car, if you can't afford to, then you should not take out $100,000 on student loans. There's always alternatives. There's always another way to do it. All right.